Ladies and gentlemen, welcome into the Game Arena Black Ops 6 launch tournament. My name is the Map Man. Alongside me, Mr. Shibby, dipping his toes into the Call of Duty scene for the first time. How are we feeling, sir?
Feeling good. A lot of stiff competition ahead of us, or before us, technically. But I think we can make it work. We can rock it together on the mic. It's been fun learning the game, looking at everybody, and honestly, Call of Duty is like one of my favorite games. Right? Obviously, I was 12, I was 10. I was playing Call of Duty Modern Warfare and Black Ops 1 back in the day. So it's kind of a full circle moment for me as a kid.
Absolutely, and we got the cast off going here at Game Arena as we do every single year, and we got the voting going on. If you'd like to vote for me and Shibby, obviously you can cast your vote right down there. But we're taking a look at some of these beautiful duos today. Obviously, a little personal favorite of mine, Colorblind. We had Korn on earlier, Connie, all these guys that I know very, very well. And then obviously you guys as well, right? We have one CoDcaster matched with one non-CoDcaster coming from a different esport, Valorant, CSGO, League of Legends as well, having y'all's World Championships today. It's just so great kind of combining the scenes together, and should be great to have you along with me today, brother.
Yeah, should be a lot of fun, and we've got cool map rotation, right? No control, 3 hardpoint maps, 2 search and destroy. I mean, like it goes from fast pace to kind of like slowed down, more methodical. I love the fact that you guys kind of have this map rotation going in the different game modes. I think that's probably the most exciting part for me, around COD, considering the other games I've casted. It's pretty static, right? You play on the same map, the same stuff happens. There's other things that change.
Yeah, it's great kind of getting a peek into y'all's esport a little bit, getting to see y'all peek into our esport a little bit. It's just great to kind of mix it all around, as we all kind of love video games, right? It's the best. So as well, speaking of video games, we have kind of a little sponsor that's dipping their toes into the esports scene as well for the first time, Shibby. We're really excited to bring on Luxury Exotic, and around since 2021. They're actually a clothing and cannabis brand. They're making their way into esports based out of Detroit, Michigan. It's really great to have them along here with us. And as well, Shib, they're going to be one of the teams that is playing in our marquee matchup here today for you and I in the losers bracket, trying to avoid that elimination. And it's just exciting to see these guys kind of dipping their toe into the esports scene with this roster. And I mean, honestly, it's a really good roster. Wisers, Rispy, Driz, and Marco taking on the BigBacks, Jeb, Hugo, Hype, and Homicide. Obviously, Chevy, your first time seeing these guys, but from what you've been watching in pool play and what you've been watching here today, kind of give me your thoughts here on both these rosters.
Can we just appreciate the fact that we've got a clothing and cannabis sponsor and they're going off against BigBacks? Like, can we just, the stories write themselves, I'll just say that. I mean, if Luxury starts selling food, that's the triple crown for them. But I mean, I got to take your word for it, right? Crazy rosters. I got to see some of the bracket, some of the pools matches that chicken out, during when I was looking online. So, I mean, I think we've got an exciting match here. And yeah, I mean, I just, like I said, I love the fact that it's BigBacks versus Luxury Exotics Gaming. I mean, you couldn't have queued up a better team versus team matchup.
It couldn't have, man. I mean, they just go together like peanut butter and jelly. And speaking of that, looking at your mini maps, maybe not necessarily kind of peanut butter and jelly, but Skyline Hardpoint, Protocol S&D, Vorkuta Hardpoint, Red Card Hardpoint if we get there, and Vorkuta S&D, which I know me and the kind of TO were talking about earlier. We haven't seen Vorkuta S&D yet here at this LAN, so it'd be really exciting to kind of see it go all the way to that map 5. But Shibby, I mean, kind of talk to me about it. You said, coming into the Call of Duty esport that you're excited to see kind of the transfer and the slowdown and the switch of paces between both of these game modes. Obviously, this weekend we're taking out Control, which I know a lot of people are honestly kind of happy about. We're playing double hard points, but kind of talk to me about the shift in pace.
Yeah, Hardpoint, obviously, I don't got to tell you guys how familiar it is with, the fast rotations, kind of vying for those quick points, like really quick kills in sequence is what makes it really exciting. While on the side of Search and Destroy, I mean, it's very similar to stuff I've casted. You've got 1 life per round. It really matters, the time to kill in COD, obviously. So you've got to really be aware of your positioning, what you're holding. And I just love how in Search, offense can become defense and defense can become offense in the blink of an eye here as we do load into Skyline here, the aerial map. I will say, beautiful maps, like across the board in terms of just the colors used and everything like that. I played COD when the maps were just like gray, black, you know what I mean? Like, it was very nitty gritty. There's a lot of green, a lot of blue, a lot of yellow, and honestly, I love it. We need to see more maybe Miami Vice style maps coming in Call of Duty.
Yeah, a little Miami Vice, a little color on the screen, a little splash, but I know one thing, we're about to see this entire map be torn to shreds. BigBacks and Luxury Exotic hitting it off here early, and Homicide's got the baseball bat here, looking to hit a few dingers after watching the Dodgers win the World Series. We're already getting into this one early here. Drew's going to be able to take out Jeb early. It's a couple of kills that are going to go back and forth here, but it's LEG that's going to make their way onto this hot tub point first, but already 3 dead in the feed, and right away, BigBacks are going to take control.
BigBacks feasting on Luxury Exotics Gaming here already, like you said, taking control of that first hard point. And I mean, I'm very surprised because these kills are coming back and forth. This Hype just picks it up onto Driz.
Yeah, and I mean, this is just a map that allows for that right back and forth, in-your-face action as Marco picks up the 2-piece, but traded right back in turn from BigBacks. 15-5 lead for the BigBacks so far, and this has been one of the mixier P1s that we've seen here on this, or rather this hot tub hill, as normally you get that control, you're able to play that heady pretty well, but these teams just refusing to relinquish control, throwing bodies back and forth at each other, and Shibby, this is a mixy one here early.
Yeah, this P1 has so many tight angles, so many different corners, stairs, chairs, tables. You're playing so many different angles right now as Kugo just picks up the 2-piece at the end.
Ladders, tables, and chairs. Oh my, right, Jeb? It sounds like we're in the WWE right now. So watching Jeb go off the top rope there, and already Luxury Exotic trying to hold this down, but it's just double kills after double kills for the BigBacks as they make their way back into this hard point. But it's this lower pressure that Luxury Exotics is starting to try to push up through. You see that you got a couple of players starting to flow towards this backside hill. Now out through the front with Marco. If they're able to capture this, now you may be able to start building a quite little bit of a lead, but just not able to find the kills until Wisers is going to be able to pick up the 2. And now finally, maybe Luxury can get a few seconds off this hill.
Yeah, you saw them kind of wait because they had one member in the back here as Driz is just picking up some really clutch 1v1s and double kills for himself right now. Wisers as well, just doing some God's work for Leg right now.
Couple of 2-pieces going back either which way, but BigBacks doing a better job at just controlling it right now. 4 dead in the feed, working their way into the hill, and then you see all these yellow arrows starting to kind of spawn out, trying to create the artificial pincer though off of this as Driz makes his way up into the kitchen here, seeing what he can cook up. Shots into the first, able to find it. Now looking for the second, but not going to happen as the rest of the BigBacks squad just come through and clean house.
Oh man, BigBacks are playing together so well as Driz picks that up. I feel like you can't just trade them out 1 for 1, right? There's always somebody there waiting to pick up that kill. It feels kind of nasty with how close they're together as they dominate the kill feed like that.
Jeb on the 5 spree as well, trying to work on a couple streaks, it looks like, as BigBacks has just absolutely now blown this game wide open. Still a lot of time to work with here on this hill, and as well, you've already built yourself almost a 40-point lead as the shots from Hype won't be able to land, but the rest of his team will. 2 big kills off screen will allow BigBacks to just go ahead and hold the rest of this time. I mean, you see where Luxury is spawning nowhere near this new hill. You've already got the rotations for new here if you're BigBacks. This is the perfect position.
And Jeb and Kugo are just in positions where they can just stuff out any sort of aggression from Luxury Exotics as Driz picks up that kill. Driz has to play hero ball right now.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. You're trying to work your way in, but now finally Luxury Exotics able to find a couple of kills there in their favor. But you still got Hype kind of working around this underside. You're looking for him. You don't know where he is. He's almost a ghost-like figure on the map, but they finally are able to take him out and finally able to potentially get themselves some control.
Yeah, they're trying to slowly inch their way back into this map right now. You see they've got a really hard deficit to climb right now, but Kugo, once again, a 2-piece. This guy, every time he's featured, he's getting 2 for himself.
Hugo works his way right back in to find a couple of kills as well, and BigBacks continuously just kind of controlling this. And you remember what we talked about, kind of that 30-30 game when we were kind of looking at some of these games upcoming into this one. That's kind of the position right now that BigBacks is willing to play off of, and they've got the lead to do so at least for the moment. And it's really seeming to come down to these 2 kills, 3 kills, with them working together. You know, you mentioned the hero ball out of Luxury Exotic. We're going to have to see the 4 stack start to really come together here.
Yeah, BigBacks, you know, with this kind of point lead, they can play a little bit more aggressive. They can get shifty as he goes up there. Leg picks it up onto Jeb, and yeah, I like BigBacks. I like when they use their advantage here as Hype picks up that kill.
This could be a big hill, though, for the side of LEG. You see Driz here on this hot tub heady. He's been working here very, very well. Already 2 kills now on it. As Luxury Exotic, they have started to work their way right back into this one. Driz finally getting dealt with, but for the moment, BigBacks still no control really over towards the hill, but you got a couple of players starting to work through this bedroom side that could potentially provide some pressure.
Yeah, Driz, I mean, he's got the hot tub all to himself, right? I mean, BigBacks don't want to go anywhere near it. They just can't break this offense coming out from Luxury Exotics here. But, oh, man, Hype and BigBacks. Honestly, they're playing methodical. They're playing well up until this point.
123 to 80 right now. LEG definitely still not out of it, but BigBacks, they are seemingly gaining control ever so slightly, and you can see it, these players working around these clutch angles, and Driz now has to provide this big breaking moment here. He's got to deal with the pressure towards the backside. Homicide is the first one. Jeb goes down as well. 2 big kills for the side of LEG, and this is going to be some huge time for them if they're able to garner.
LEG coming alive in the later stages of this map right now. Weiser specifically puts 2 on the feed right now. And yeah, now we're getting more consistency. We're getting some more double kills, triple kills potentially from Luxury Exotic that are swinging the map in their favor.
Yeah, and I mean, really for Luxury Exotic, it's been the kind of slow game for the moment, right? But they've just been hanging around ever so slightly until BigBacks rips 3 kills in a row, and now potentially could get broken here, but all of a sudden the close spawns come through, and now Luxury Exotic finds the kills necessary to continue to hold down this hill and potentially break into this lead.
And look at this Chow on the point right now. Marco and Hype on the side of the kill feed there, just trying to get breakthrough as that hard point not really claimed by anybody just yet, but the spawn's coming in. You can see BigBacks all over, or will be all over the point very soon.
Yeah, but it's Luxury Exotics. They've already hit the rotations there onto the new hill, but you got to watch out for number 1 here, trying to work around the back, and Homicide, if he gets picked out, it could be huge, but now the timing not working in his favor, and it allows for Luxury Exotic to get the kills from the front side with Driz, and all of a sudden, Luxury Exotic has come flying back into this game. 134 to 127 and on the verge of a lead change.
Driz just coming out with 2 clutch kills, and he's still on the map. He's still on the hard point. They cannot seem to kill this guy.
And it is just kill after kill for Luxury Exotic right now. BigBacks seemingly nothing they can do as the lead now has changed. Luxury Exotic down by more than 70 points at one time in this map. Now finds themselves in the lead about halfway through, but I mean, shit, there is still a lot of hard point left to be played here.
Yeah, we got 3 minutes. I mean, there's so much Call of Duty left to be played here as Marco and the rest of Luxury Exotics seem to have found their footing. They've found their groove. And as I say that, Kugo and Hype are just kind of trying to kill the motion.
Killing the motion for now. Will they be able to regain the lead? You see BigBacks early rotations here onto this new hill. You got number 2 kind of playing the mid crossers, but he gets dealt with there. So Driz now on the 5 spree, trying to work their way up and through as Marco now as well. But right now, for the moment, BigBacks have done the job necessarily, but they are losing numbers here seemingly at will. 2 for 2 trade goes either which way. Can they find the break into the hill? Yes, they can. One more play to deal with though, and Hype able to get them both, takes them out, and BigBacks right back in the lead.
And we see both of these teams just have specific players just hitting crazy kill feeds, 2, 3 kills to get them back into this point. That's how intense and knife's edge this match is right now.
Yeah, either which way this could go, and it just seems like one big hold on one of these hills could do it for either one of these teams. So back and forth, so mixy. Who is going to come out on top of this one? It does seem like BigBacks has the early rotations here onto new, at least for the moment, but you have a Luxury Exotic player still kind of lurking around every single corner. It's all going to come down to this P1 here. If Luxury Exotic can hold this down, get themselves back in the lead, it could be a big moment for them.
Yeah, and LEG had really good control of that hot tub area. You remember they were just kind of head peeking consistently, jump shotting everybody on the side of BigBacks, and we might see a similar story right now.
Oh, but number 1, he's going to try to make his way in here as Homicide. This is the flank play that I'm not sure if they will be expecting, but read like a book. Sat down, and for the moment, BigBacks now with the Hell missiles coming in from the top side will be able to kind of really do whatever they want with on this point.
Yeah, and I mean, you just snuck him out like a rat right now as Wisers, and they're just trying to hold this point as much as possible. You see BigBacks finally trying to break this, but oh my lord, this Luxury Exotic, their point 1 is theirs. They've owned that. You gotta pay real estate tax if you're BigBacks.
Yeah, I mean, it's like Monopoly when somebody's on that spot. You've got to pay the tax, right? 181 to 178 and counting here for BigBacks as they try to garner the scrap time off of that P1, and we are just about dead even here for P2. Locked in, Luxury Exotic game, gonna be the first ones here, but pressure now from the backside. Hugo trying to work with his teammate Jeb, trying to find the shots around the side. For the moment, it is LEG that has started to garner a little bit of a lead here and started to push themselves ever so closely. Wisers will get taken down, and you're going to have a couple of players that work their way around as Jeb and Hype, but beautiful shots out of Wisers to be able to find one. Now the reinforcements start to come in, and Luxury Exotic potentially able to break into this hill.
Yeah, they're trying, but BigBacks holding some nasty corners right now in the office space. See, they're just holding that outside. Man, I mean, they're just back and forth like we mentioned.
No, I mean, it's just really seemingly who is going to want this more coming down to the wire. Weiser's going to be able to pop the two-piece in the feed, but it is only 10 points that separate both of these teams, and it is Luxury Exotic that is on it for the scrap time, could potentially get themselves right close back to that lead. And you see the speed right down into Kitchen. Will try to work his way around, but Hype there to deal with him. Now, we have to rotate once again. Now to the bottom Kitchen. Who's going to be able to cook up potentially a game winner?
Yeah, like we mentioned, chairs, pans, pots, everything like that. Somebody's going to be cooking, and somebody's going to get fried right now, as we do see. Oh my god, Marco frying Jeb in the space here.
217 and counting. BigBacks getting ever so slightly, but the three-piece in the feed for Luxury Exotic followed up. Team White, yellow in the feed, and all of a sudden, BigBacks get removed from the kitchen and now have to find a way back in. They have to find the secret recipe to find this break.
Yeah, they got kicked out. Chef's compliments to Luxury Exotics Gaming here as more yellow on the kill feed right now. Driz with the two-piece. I mean, he's just impossible. This guy's so hard to kill.
Driz with the 3 in the kitchen, and he's absolutely frying anyone from BigBacks trying to make their way in, but they get shut down every single turn. 8 seconds needed. Contested for now. Jeb into the hill, able to find a kill and able to potentially turn this around, but you deal with Driz, and now you might have a chance. The cavalry starting to make their way onto the new hill. It's only 7 seconds needed, but still, BigBacks close enough they can win it as well.
BigBacks, they can't give up any more ground. They've got to get onto this hill, and they've got to just stay defensive. They've got to make sure Luxury Exotics don't have an angle in right now, but I don't know if they can stop Driz.
It's 2 kills though, Big in the feed right now, and Marco, or rather Rispy, trying to wake his way around through the backside, and now you look at it, 239 to 243, and BigBacks still able to find the kills. No one really from Luxury coming to close, but Marco, Rispy now into the hill, trying to make it contested for now, and it's back and forth again. Marco with the 3-piece, now for the side. BigBacks trying to hold on. Into the hill they go, 247 to 243. They do what they need to do. An impenetrable wall at the last hill, 250 to 243, and you can hear them getting loud in the venue.
Oh, man. When I talked about Knife's Edge, Matt, I didn't think it would get this close here. BigBacks rallying at the end to hold that final point there after Luxury Exotics. If we were to break it down, BigBacks had the early game, Luxury had the mid game, and when it came to that final point, BigBacks clutching it out here. I said they needed an answer for Driz, and I didn't think it would be Hype and Kugo.
I mean, 30 and 24 out of Rispy, 30 and 24 out of Driz, and then you look up to the top side, Hype goes 34 and 25 with 28 non-traded kills. Definitely the MVP in my eyes, at least for the BigBacks squad. But, I mean, what a comeback, right? I mean, it looked like they were down and out. Only 7 seconds needed for the side of Luxury Exotic to be able to find it. And, I mean, it was just back and forth all the way towards the end.
Yeah, I'm sweating. I'm sweating. I'm not going to be real with you, Matt. Like, that was, my heart's going right now. 250 to 243. That's as close as you could probably get here, right? Maybe if it was like a 249 from LEG here. But now we're going to, like, slow the pace down a little bit, right? We're going to go into Search and Destroy. So you've got to kind of calm down here. Big win for BigBacks. But, I mean, they can't be happy, right? They're cutting that one a little too close.
I mean, you talked about it. It came down to a nice edge. Whoever wanted that one more in the end was going to be able to win it. And I mean, it was such a hold on that back bedroom hill, right? I mean, Luxury was throwing everything and the kitchen sink at that hill, and it just kept getting batted away every single time. But now you head into map number 2. Shibby, you touched on it a little bit. This is the time to slow down. You got to breathe if you're one of these players. You've got to kind of memorize this map a little bit. Obviously, with the game only being out 10 days, it's going to be interesting to see what kind of strats some of these teams decide to throw out here on S&D, and especially a map like Protocol.
Yeah, I mean, typically when the map's out longer, we've got more time to play the game. You can see better teams or really good teams, they'll gravitate towards one side, right? Typically, that's either A or B that will have, like, most, they'll do like a 3-1 split as we kind of rock into this map right now as we see Luxury Exotics. Let's see if they can figure out where BigBacks are going to be and kind of get these challenges in the 1v1s, right? Those first bloods, oh so crucial for Search and Destroy.
Absolutely. Already, Marco laying down shots from the top side, and it's going to be 3 in a row from Luxury Exotic to open up the round, and you blink, you miss it, it's over. Luxury Exotics 4 up, 4 down, flawless. 1-0 up, and what a way to bounce back after a tough hardpoint loss.
What a read from Luxury Exotics, right? They kind of just figured out exactly where BigBacks are going to be. They got some nice kills, and they just chained them all together here. I mean, that's one way to end a search and destroy round.
I mean, did we even stop playing hardpoint? I mean, good, like what happened? I mean, you blink and you miss it. It quite literally feels like we're still in the first map with how quickly these teams are running at each other. And let's see, here in round number 2, if we get a little quick action, or perhaps things have slowed down ever so slightly, but already early shots into the top window, early gunfights from Rispy here, but he will get taken out by Marco, and the Homicide, rather, we'll be able to find the first couple of bloods, and BigBacks now kind of in a similar position as Luxury was the last time with 3 straight kills.
Driz here. Let's see if he can kind of get some stuff done. He's getting this challenge. That's 1. That's good work right now. Getting in the 2. That's 2. And now takes it in the back. Unfortunately, out the door here. I was believing for a second. You know, I was like, okay, he gets the 1, gets the 2 there. But it seems like that mid control for both of these teams is super important on this map.
Yeah, super crucial to get that mid control early, especially on a map like Protocol. And it's so tough because both of those top window spots from either building on either spawn can be so hard to deal with the guy up on that heady, especially when these ARs are shooting like they have been on this Saturday. But quick rounds for both of these teams to get themselves on the board. Early round here, tied up 1 apiece. And it really just seems like whoever's the first one to kind of make that mid-round adjustment, maybe change the pace up a little bit, Shib, could really favor to it.
Yeah, I think this first blood on mid is going to be super important. These guys have just been kind of boxing it out right now. Haymakers do we even get a bomb going down in this search and destroy map? We'll see, because these guys have just been fist fighting, as, like you mentioned, slowed down a little bit. The challenges aren't coming as frequent, as fast this round.
Yeah, definitely slowing down a little bit here, and it does look like that bomb trying to make its way down to the lower side, but it looks like they're just going to have to rotate on out. So much pressure here for Luxury Exotic on both of these sites. Right now, for the moment, BigBacks is a little just kind of stuck. They don't really know where they want to go with this, and that clock just starting to tick away on them. Only 40 seconds left here in the round.
Yeah, they've got to make a push here eventually, right? And a lot of that stack for Luxury Exotics is on that A-bomb side here. Let's see if they can actually kind of break this hold if the BigBacks have an angle.
Oh, and already the first blood, and up and down will go, but it will be the first blood in turn of Luxury Exotic that will still halt this bomb in its tracks. Only 21 seconds left to get this bomb down. You've got to start to get a move on. You've got to start with the left foot, right foot express, but there's nothing going for you right now. Homicide trying to lay shots down, but it's another one for the side of Luxury Exotic off screen. Finally, though, coming through, turning things into a 2v2, but Driz ends one out on Homicide, and now in the 1v2.
Yeah, and Luxury Exotics, you know, slowing the pace of the game down, kind of hiding in the bomb site, hiding in the corners, really threw BigBacks off. They didn't know what to do, right? They couldn't find a push that they could get on together onto any of these bomb sites. And once that first kill came out, BigBacks started to scramble, right? Time was running low. They were down a man. They had to make some risky decisions. Unfortunately, it didn't pan out. LEG just doing a good job controlling the flow of the game.
Yeah, it definitely was a little bit mixy for BigBacks there. I mean, they almost made me believe right there, though. I mean, they changed things up to get the 2v2, just not, like you said, not enough time. They just waited a little bit too long. But that can be the kind of name of the game on offense on this map. If you wait too long to kind of make that quick, decisive decision, you can get stuck back in your spawn. You can't really find a way through, but you talk about quick and decisive. This bomb already, first blood in your back pocket, bomb plant going down. BigBacks on the back foot already.
Yeah, first one of this map so far, as you guys have just been kind of duking it out, and the sides have switched, and Marco playing excellent defense right now. It's a 2v4 for BigBacks.
2v4 for the moment. BigBacks have to find a kill, just have to isolate one of these players. Shots to the walls, not going to hit for Hugo. His position now being given away a little bit here, and now with the time going down as well. This is just not looking in your favor. Only one player left. Hugo versus the world, not going to be able to even get through Wisers. And that will be Luxury Exotics finding another round and now finding a solid lead here early on in this S&D.
Yeah, something we talk about and something I've noticed in Call of Duty is the esport is momentum, right? Like once you start stringing rounds together, once you start stringing some kills together, it's really hard to stop some of those players that are just frying your team. And let's see if BigBacks can actually put a foothold on this momentum against Luxury Exotics Gaming.
BigBacks got to find something here. Obviously, They had a good little bit of the, that kind of comeback at the end of the hard point, but Shib just haven't really seen the same team through 4 rounds here, at least in this S&D. But always dangerous, and now the quick bomb plant potentially here for the BigBacks.
Yeah, Driz is on the side, though. He's going to wait for somebody to exit that bomb site as Hype gets the kill on the Wisers. 4v3 right now. Luxury Exotic. Driz is in a really interesting position. He's just waiting, biding his time, waiting for someone on BigBacks to make a mistake.
Oh, what a great heading out of Jeb. He'll do the early damage into Driz, kind of stops Driz from being really able to hit this house once, taking that one out.
Oh.
2 big kills for the BigBacks come through. Now all of a sudden, last alive and the last to fall. BigBacks take their second round on the board and get this S&D ever so slightly closer.
That was such a fast push onto the bomb site there, right? BigBacks didn't show anything like that on their previous offensive rounds, so LEG didn't really have any kind of reason to kind of hard hold that site. And when they got that fast plant, it put Luxury Exotic in a really precarious position, specifically Driz, because he kind of had to bide his time and wait for somebody to come out. But BigBacks really, really patient. After that bomb site, they understand, like, hey, they have to come to us.
Exactly, and what a big round for BigBacks, right? I mean, the difference between going down 4-1 and having this game 2-3 kind of in your hands back on the defensive side. Huge swing round for the side of BigBacks as we hop on with Wisers. Early on with that ARs, the first bloods are already going to start pouring in here for the BigBacks, but right back in their face and turned around. Luxury Exotics gets a big 2 of their own and turns it into a 2v2.
Yeah, and now this is where the map gets a little tricky. You're spread so thin right here. You got to realize, do you double up? Do you buddy up together? Or do you kind of spread out and see if you can get your challenges here as... Uh-oh, Wisers take some damage. But on the kill feed, Hype took down Wisers.
Yeah, and as we know, CODcast are a little bit messed up, as it is almost every single year, so it's okay. Wisers still kicking, still breathing, but maybe not for long as the rest of the BigBacks squad comes through and sends him to the grave. BigBacks, 2 big rounds in a row to even this thing back up. Once down 3-1, now tied up 3-3. Interesting position now here if you're on the side of a Luxury Exotic, because you had the nice lead. You felt like you played really well in that first map hardpoint, but all of a sudden, BigBacks, as they like to do, just start to bring it back.
Yeah, they're crawling back into this game, and they're making sure Luxury Exotic doesn't get too comfy here. I loved how BigBacks, when they had that life lead, right, they had the 2v1, they just buddied up. They're like, yeah, we'll just trade you even if you kill one of us here, and forcing LEG into some precarious positions. But that mid control slowed down a lot. I don't think they're going to go for that fast push on the bomb side, are they?
Ooh. Early from Hype here to be able to find another first blood for this BigBacks side. That's 3 in a row, as well potentially working on their 3rd round in a row. Homicide up and over the walls. Looks like he's going to be laying in wait, but not going to be able to find the shots. The trigger discipline not going to do well, but still BigBacks have the man advantage here in the round.
Yeah, and now BigBacks can control the pace of the game. Right? They've got the man advantage, like we mentioned. They can kind of methodically work their way onto these maps, or they can get really aggressive. As I say that, though, Hype goes down.
Hype gonna meet his demise now into the 3v3, but shots from Homicide are good there on Wiser, so that will be the kill for BigBacks that they need to get that man advantage back in their pocket. But 37 seconds left to get this bomb down as well, but Marco... playing Marco Polo over the side of the wall and lays him down. Still 2v2 in that time, just ticking away.
And look where Driz is, right? Just kind of have this overwatch over the mid part of the map here. And I mean, it's just kind of nasty. And like you said, time's running out. BigBacks, they've got to make a decision soon.
Yeah, they've got the bomb planted, though, with 32 seconds left here. You're just kind of playing the defense. But, ooh, our first RCXD of the day. Down the elevator shaft it goes, and now it's making its way into the bomb site. Not going to be able to find anything, though, and that's going to be a fun thing to get to cast this year with the RCs. But 17 seconds left in the round. Got to be able to find your way in. Now into the 1v1. Shots over the top, and they are good. BigBacks, 3 rounds in a row, and all of a sudden have come storming back in this map number 2.
And really crucial first bloods coming out from BigBacks that have kind of swung these couple rounds in their favor, right? They've been able to get those quick kills, and then they've kind of reassessed where they want to be on the map, how they want to approach this bomb site. Luxury Exotics, I think they just got to kind of slow the pace down. They played well when they didn't give all these first blood kills to BigBacks, right? They were just kind of methodical on the bomb side on defense. They were really controlling the pace of the game. I think that's what they got to go back to. I think trying to challenge BigBack while they have this momentum and while some of their players are frying right now might not be the right move.
It definitely might not be the right move, especially, like you said, when they are shooting like this. This is the crazy momentum change that you can see in Call of Duty, and especially in S&D. But as well as it can go your way, it can turn right around. And well, first blood already for Luxury Exotic, as well as the bomb planted. Everything for BigBacks now here, at least in this round, kind of getting turned on its head.
Yeah. Nice control coming out from LEG here as Kugo's looking for an angle. Ooh. He picks up one on the Wisers, and they're going to start working their way into this bomb site.
Trying to find a way in, but look at your time here. Not a lot left. 21 seconds as well. You got to have at least 7.5 to find the defuse. Jeff goes down the elevator. Not going to be able to hit his shots. And Luxury Exotic, 3 kills up, 3 kills down, and now knots this thing at 4-4 apiece. And Shibby, these two teams just seemingly willing to go the distance with each other every single time, regardless of the game mode.
Yeah, and that elevator challenge is so hard because you jump down, you take a little bit of damage. So you've got to be on point with your shots here. Luxury Exotics having a stranglehold on that bomb site once the bomb went down here. But BigBacks, like you said, nothing to be trifled with. Knife's edge as this guy flicks and twirls his knife right now. 4-4 apiece. Let's see if BigBacks can get this initial early challenge.
And you know what this smells like, don't you? It smells like a round 11, right? It just feels like one of those games that's destined to go the distance. Luxury Exotic already first blood in the back pocket, but Jeb, for the side of BigBacks, will be able to try to get that bomb planted here early. So at least for the moment, you turn yourself into the defensive side right here. You've got this nice little bomb site to work with, but you are missing a player here as Luxury Exotic kind of starts to lurk away, make their way around this bomb site.
This is a big position though from BigBacks here, as they can look to kind of rat it out and maybe get themselves a quick 2-piece. As I said, though, Marco takes Kuga down. It's a 3v1 homicide.
Oh, all of a sudden, everything falling apart. Marco hopping on the defuse. Homicide has to go, and it's just not going to work in his favor. 1v3, no v3. 2 rounds in a row for Luxury Exotic, and all of a sudden find themselves 1 round away from knotting this series up at 1-1 apiece.
And LEG just beautifully waterfalling back into this site, right? Like just absolutely running in, guns a-blazing, all together, watching every single angle, and it felt like BigBacks were not in the position to kind of win those fights, right? They didn't expect so many members to come out of the same area.
Luxury Exotic, 1 round away here, Shib. But BigBacks, we always know, willing to put on a show, willing to put on a comeback. They're going to have to find 2 rounds in a row if they want to take a 2-0 series lead, and already making their way up the map very, very quickly, and it looks like to be a headbutt here on this site. Now the trades start to come either which way, 2 for 2, and now into the 2v2 between both of these teams.
And Driz has just been kind of frying on this map lately. Wisers picks up a kill. It's Kugo versus 2 right now. Can he do it?
Oh, Marco gets the kill, and Luxury Exotic gets the map. 6-4, and they will take the 1-1 series tie heading into map number 3. And what a bounce back after letting that first hard point slip away.
Yeah, kind of a little bit of a reverse of the hardpoint map, right? Early game controlled by Luxury Exotic, and the mid rounds, like BigBacks was stringing some together, like you said, 3 rounds in a row, and then Luxury Exotic's taking it back in their favor. 6-4 here. These guys are just trading blows, right? It feels like a heavyweight boxing match between 2 teams because it's so close, and it's hard to call who's going to take the round, who's going to take the dub here as we get onto Vorkuta hardpoint, like you mentioned, back to what might be BigBacks' comfort.
Yeah, I mean, you would say that, right? Until you look up at that map number 1, 250 to 243. I mean, 7 seconds of comfort there on Skyline, and heading into Vorkuta doesn't seem like it's going to be any less tight between both of these teams. I mean, look, 7 seconds separating us in the first hardpoint, only 2 rounds separating us there in map number 2, S&D. I mean, Shiv, it's like you said, hard to call. This one is on up the air right now. I mean, you couldn't call it if you tried, right? I would not like to be someone who bet on this series, right? I mean, you are just watching the screen with your eyes glued to it. But Shib, through 2 maps so far and heading in to a hard point once again. You talked about it being maybe BigBacks' kind of maybe comfort zone. How do they get this map in the back pocket?
I think really that early control, right? I felt like on map 1, BigBacks were playing very, very well together, right? Every time you saw them take some of these challenges, there'd always be somebody to trade them out, right? And it felt like LAG were kind of playing more split. They were playing for like maybe more of these sneaky angles. That's why you saw a lot of players like Driz, some of those guys getting those 2 pieces, getting those 3 pieces because they had some massive flanks, but that means you're buying, or you're chewing time on your side, right? You're giving more points over to BigBack here. So that might be the call. I think BigBacks just play together, play that smart fundamental Call of Duty that we saw them play on Hardpoint, and just don't give up too many like double or triple kill feeds over to Luxury Exotic Gaming.
Easier said than done, though, especially with the way that teams have been shooting so far. But ladies and gentlemen, map number 3 underway between BigBacks and Luxury Exotic, splitting the series 1-1 apiece through 2, and already the headbutt chows up into this mid-heady in this mid-first point. Marco opening things up here, and it's going to be the 2-piece in the feed for Luxury Exotic, opening things up and already garnering some good time here off of P1.
Yeah, those big 2 quick kills, they just start stringing more together right now. Like you said, P1 in control for Luxury Exotic as I finally gets that kill. Maybe starts to thin the numbers of Luxury Exotic Gaming. I say that 2 kills as he got that nade in as well.
Yeah, he finds the nade kill, and he's also, unfortunately, his teammates are all going to drop around him as well as him himself. 4 dead wipe in the feed, and it's going to be Luxury Exotic right back into this hill. And I mean, for the moment, there is nothing that BigBacks can do. I mean, you can't even make it out of your spawn right now, much less think about getting your toes into this hill.
Yeah, he's playing this head glitch so well. Marco just doing fantastic on this, being a nuisance right now. As you see, Luxury Exotic dominating the kill feed.
Yeah, and I mean, really off this map, you can just kind of play these backsides of the point, and you see it for Luxury Exotic. They had the good spawns heading into P1, and they're going to make do on it already here and ready for the headbutt chow. BigBacks trying to make their way in here through the side door. Shots coming in from Homicide will be good for the first kill. You've got to find a way, though, to fit these hills together, chain these kills, and get in. But Respi still here. Jeb fighting with the pistol, able to get 2 of his own, but Respi still not going to quite be able to do it. But the quick reinforcements for Luxury Exotic will right back into the hill, and this is looking like scary hours right now for BigBacks.
Yeah, these 2 points just really unable to kind of break Luxury Exotic's defense right now. Say that outside big quills as, oh my god, Driz?
Well, 2-piece there as his teammate cleans up the 3rd. Driz will try to work out, but it'll be the flips for BigBack here as they do have the good spawns for this hill, but now have to focus over towards new. Luxury Exotic doing everything they can right now to just hold on to this lead, and we already know between both of these teams, no lead is necessarily safe.
Yeah, BigBacks, they've kind of clutch up here as they see 4 members coming in from Luxury Exotics. It's tough to hold this as that was a nice kill coming out from Marco.
Polo right out to you, but Hype, he is here trying to work a couple of kills of his own, but for the moment, it is Luxury Exotic that is all over this hill. A couple of kills, though, start to come through for BigBacks, and now you can make your way onto this hill. It's Marco, the last one alive, but he's absolutely trying to taking with him before he drops to the grave, and still for BigBacks, you have not necessarily made a good hold on this hill yet.
I know, it's tough because Luxury Exotics, the moment you think you have them cornered, the moment you think you can get the point, one of them just clutches out with a big couple kills. His Homicide puts 2 on the board right now, but Jeb is here. He's trying to get some points on the board for BigBacks right now.
Trying to get some points here. Homicide, another kill for him, and now you try to make your way onto the new hill, and it's going to be the kills that are needed for BigBacks here, at least to lead them into the early control. And for the moment, BigBacks have the control, have a little bit of points, and it is much, much needed, Chip.
Yeah, I mean, they've got a bit of a deficit to climb here right now, but BigBacks controlling this point right now, and they've gotten some nice kills. They've just been catching Luxury Exotics out in the wild right now. As I say that, though, we see them funneling in.
Oh no, the caster's curse. Luxury Exotic strikes, but BigBacks right back with 2 of their own, but will be shut down, and just as they get in, they are thrown right back out. Luxury Exotic seemingly breaking at will, and it's really that playmaking and breaking ability from this team as a squad that is leading them for this lead. I mean, Chip, right now, BigBacks just can't get a solidified hold on any hill.
Yeah, it's tough. It always feels like they're contested. No matter how many you take down, it feels like there's another one from Luxury Exotics ready to go as Respi is doing God's work on this hill right now.
Oh my gosh, he just continues to find kills as Luxury Exotic continues to find time right now before the moment. BigBacks will find their way with 3 dead in the feed, as well as they're making their way over towards New. Luxury Exotic, you're playing this from the front side. You're trying to find your way in. All 4 players kind of stacked up toward this side and really just looking into the irons of BigBacks.
Yeah, and finally see BigBacks getting control of this point right now and able to hold it out. It kind of feels hard as Luxury Exotic's funneling in. They've got to get some of these challenges. They got to get some of these head glitch fights as Weiser is doing work. Double kill on the feed right now.
Hey, dude, he is clocked in working overtime right now. Weiser's continuing to find kills, and the rest of Luxury Exotic making their way through. It seems like BigBacks right now, they're having really good starts to the hills, but now trying to finish them off and really kind of work their way into getting a full 60. That's been the problem. They just haven't had a real good solidified hold. This has had to be their best hill of the game so far, though. And now, Shib, you can see BigBacks, they have done a big dent into the lead that Luxury Exotic once had.
Sometimes all it takes is just one big hold here, and that can get you right back into the thick of it as Luxury Exotic's lead, like you said, dwindling, right? It's maybe, what, 10 points at best here as BigBacks are just kind of rallying back together right now. Really good rotations onto this next point.
I mean, it's exactly what we saw in the first hard point, right? I mean, both of these teams know lead is safe, no matter if it's the start of the game or the end of the game, as we make our way back to P1 and trades go back and forth either which way. 106 to 105. We are about dead even here, Shib, and nothing that we have not come to expect from both of these two teams.
Yeah, Marco getting a nice 2-piece on the kill feed right now. Driz also getting a nice flank kill. So right now, a lot of these spawns are going to reset for BigBacks here. Let's see if Hype can at least get 1 kill so he can kind of disrupt the momentum of LEG right now, because they seem to be control of the map.
Driz working his way up, finds 1, finds 2. Can he find a 3rd? Jeb will do the damage into him. Not going to chow out once yet. Driz finally dealt with theirs. Hype's going to come through and get 2 of his own. 18 and 10 to his name as BigBacks have tried to make the comeback right now. Luxury Exotic just trying to hold off the rally before the moment. BigBacks have worked their way back into this, but can they find a way into this hill?
Homicide is just trying so hard right now. Nice kills, nice challenge coming in right now. But like you mentioned, can BigBacks get onto this hill? Kugo and Hype just dominating the kill feed.
The dynamic duo just making their way through, and Kugo will clean up the last. Sin Luxury Exotic spawning out, and now the control of the hill for the side of BigBacks. A little bit of time to work with here as well. You know, you got time to get yourself right back into the lead as now the push comes through, but Hype and Kugo once again able to light up the kill feed for 2.
Yeah, and an eviction notice being sent to Luxury Exotics. They're not allowed here right now. Kugo and Homicide, BigBacks just controlling this point. This has been a very beautiful hold.
I mean, down almost 70, 80 points, right, Shib? I mean, and just rallying their way back into the game. Now almost a 20-point lead here of their own. You've got to find a way to rotate now on this new hill as Luxury Exotic. They've done a very good job at rotating, setting up their wall of defense, but how well will it hold? Trades start to go either which way, but Luxury Exotic starts to poke their head now more into the kill feed. 2 big kills out through there, and BigBacks will have to kind of wait on the reinforcements to come through.
Yeah, they've got to kind of reset. They kind of reassess where they're at. They've gotten it close enough. And as I say that, though, Homicide picks up a nice kill. Weiser trades it out. Kugo again. Oh, man, back and forth on this point. It's so bloody.
Luxury Exotic find themselves only a few points in the lead here, Shib, and holding on to it by the skin of their teeth as BigBacks continuously throwing bodies at them. And now the missile from the top side will get 3, raining down Hellfire, and will stop this lead in its tracks. Luxury Exotic won't be able to garner any more time with that streak on the hill, so for the moment, they will slow things down.
Oh, big kills, though, coming out. LEG just kind of dominating the kill feed once again here. Even though that missile, like you said, wiped his team clean, Luxury Exotics just kind of trying to see if they can get some points here. Whoa! Peekaboo! BigBacks coming in!
You down, finding a couple of kills there for BigBacks, and now you find yourselves right into the hill. You see where everyone from Luxury Exotic as well is spawning out now. This is going to be a very tough hill to break once BigBacks has gotten the control like this, but Weiser's able to find one out now on the wire, and this is a very, very big moment here for both teams.
Like you said, it might be really hard to wrestle control back away from BigBacks here. Luxury Exotic starting to get some points on the board right now, but BigBacks Kugo once again on the map, on the kill feed, just absolutely carrying his team right now.
Oh, but it is 1 for 1 for 1 for 1 for 1 as they go back and forth, but BigBacks will come out on top of it, but only for the moment. LEG sending names right back in and 3-wipe in the feed, cleaning them up and putting them in the trash bin. 183 to 170 have now started to garner a little bit of time of their own ship. It looks like it's going to come down to the wire one more time.
Yeah, I mean, this is so close right now. All these points hotly contested from both of these guys. It doesn't feel like any of them can get a solid foothold onto this, right? We haven't seen any 60s, really any 50s, right? It's been like 30-30 or 45-25. It's been really tough for both of these teams.
I mean, no one really able to just get solidified and held down into this map. BigBacks, for the moment, though, have the lead and have the hill. They have the kills in the feed as well here. So, for the moment, the Luxury Exotic, you kind of find yourselves in the back foot. You find yourselves not really being able to get any kills. BigBacks starting to put things together. Hypes forward, now shots from the top side, just laying down, just trying to stop this push, stop this pressure from coming in. Luxury Exotic, you're just watching the game slip away from you right now.
Oh, Marco, though, coming in with 2 big kills, but they don't have too much time to work with right now. Like you said, 224 to 173. BigBacks, they can play some of these next points, and they can play really, really greedy right now. Just look at them being a nuisance right now. Hype, once again.
And they continues to do it, but Luxury Exotic does find a couple of kills towards New Hill, and we will go one more time. And now for Luxury Exotic. We'll have players 2 on the hill, 2 kind of working around right now. Homicide making his way in. He'll find the first one kind of for free there. 224 to 182. Still time here for LEG to find their way back into this map.
Yeah, right now, these guys just trying to feeling each other out for this point, right? It's a little bit of calm before the storm as we see both of these teams start engaging onto each other.
This could potentially go to the time as well. Only 137 left and no one really able to touch this hill. White hill time for now. Marco finally able to dive on in. Luxury Exotics now starting to garner time, starting to get ever so closely to that 200-point threshold, trying to get closer back to the lead. But look at these players coming around from the outside. It's the 3-hit, it's the cavalry, but it's going to be dealt with from Luxury Exotic.
Yeah, Marco just getting banged out with utility and finally is able to pick up a kill here as a Homicide, though. 2 for himself. He's going to pick up some much-needed points and inching closer to that 250 mark. Like we said, BigBacks, they've got a lot of room to work with.
Yeah, but they don't have this rotation quite set in yet. It's 3 players here for Luxury Exotic already at this new hill. Kills starting coming through for them as well. 2:03 on the clock and still garnering time off of this hill. BigBacks, you have to find a way in here. You have to find the break. The shot's starting to come through. 2 dead in the feed. Now you only have 2 more players to deal with. The nade comes through. The util usage good, but only good for 1 is Hype cleaning up another BigBacks into the hill now and starting to garner time.
And Luxury Exotics, they've got to get in. They've got to get in quick right now. Really good challenges. They clear the point out, and they're going to wrestle back control from BigBacks as quickly as it was taken. It's just gone as fast here as Marco's frying BB right now.
I mean, heavyweight fighters exchanging blows right now. Luxury Exotic, you can't quite knock them out. They're still kicking. They are still fighting and still finding kills here on this hill. Driz combined for 2 in the back, and now 236 to 230 and counting. BigBacks, it'll all be onto this new hill.
Yeah, this next point's going to determine everything, like you mentioned. BigBacks got to get on there quick right now. Rotations coming in from Luxury Exotics. These first couple challenges are going to be key.
Back and forth we go. Bits 2 big kills here for Luxury Exotic that could put themselves on the hill. Now a little bit of an artificial pinch, though. Number 3, Hype, trying to work his way around through the backside, but I don't know if they have enough time to display. 10 seconds left. Luxury Exotic coming down the way, but now trades start to come through. No one able to get a touch on the hill. Back and forth we go.
Luxury Exotic? Yeah, they're trying. They're just such a hard hill to hold as we see the barrage, the cannon fire coming in right now. No, like you said, nobody, it's white. It's a white hill right now.
No one able to get on it. 46 seconds left on the game clock. Could come down to time as well. 2 players kind of hiding behind that little tanker. And Driz tries to line down shots from the top as well. Luxury Exotic finally gets themselves back in the hill. Wiser finds a kill. Another kill to come through for LEG. 3 for 1 trade could be what they need. 5 more seconds left on the hill. No one close enough to get there. Luxury Exotic brings it all the way back. 250 to 237 and find a 2-1 map lead.
And BigBacks absolutely get routed on that final hill there. They just could not get the challenges. They couldn't get those kills onto the initial point here, and that just gave complete control over to Luxury Exotic, right? The cannon fire that we saw barraging in onto that point, as well as just some of the big kills coming out from players like Driz. double kills, triple kills, right? Marco as well. I mean, just doing fantastic work. 33 non-traded kills for Marco. You've got to just hang your hat on that. That was beautiful play.
And I mean, you look at it, 41 and 32, just the amount of engagements that Marco has. I mean, that just kind of tells you how that map played back and forth. Chow's going every which way. And I mean, Shib coming down to the end there, it was so mixy. No one could even really get on the hill. No one wanted to throw their life away. No one wanted to make that key mistake. And it's BigBacks that just can't find a way back into that hill, can't find a way to hold that initial lead. And Luxury Exotic Gaming now 2 big maps in a row to find themselves a series lead. And Shib, you walk us through it right here. 250 to 243, 6-4, 250 to 237. The separation between both of these teams is so slight.
Yeah, and even then, when you look at these numbers, it doesn't really illustrate how close these games are, right? Like, it's usually 1 or 2 guys left on the hard point. 1, 2 big clutch kills for Luxury Exotics or BigBacks that kind of secures them those last couple points here. Even on search, some of these rounds were going down to the wire. We saw 1v1s, 2v2s very, very frequently here as we move onto the casters here. I thought we were going to go on the hard point, but yeah, I mean, it's just, it doesn't really paint the picture, right? You can look at the box score, but what we've been seeing is such a close game.
No, I mean, this one is an absolute barn burner, as my duo Colorblind would say, a slobber knocker at some points here as we're about to head into map 4. But before we do that, we're going to toss it to a very quick break, so make sure you get some snacks. You stay hydrated after that one. I think I might have sweated off at least 2 pounds here in the booth after that one here, Shib. We're going to toss it to a quick break, and when we come back, map number 4 between Luxury Exotic and the BigBacks. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back into the Game Arena Black Ops 6 launch tournament. My name is the Matt Man, alongside me, Mr. Shibby Cast. We've already had an absolute barn burner. It feels like we've already casted a full series at this point with how these two teams have been playing. But Shibby, we still have a hard point and potentially one more S&D to go. Luxury Exotic leads 2-1 right now over the BigBacks. Shibby, how are you feeling here in your first official CODcast?
I'm into the fire, right?
Yes,
like,
sir.
I feel like I casted 3 Game 5s in a row, right? Like, just down to the wire. Like, it's NBA Game 7. That's what it feels like. And I honestly, I wouldn't have it any other way. The maps have been super close, right? I know we see 2-1 on the scoreboard here, but like you said, first hard point, 250 to 243. That's search and destroy, 6-4. Vorkuta as well, 250 to 237. I mean, these box scores just don't do it justice, like we said here. These guys have been trading blows back and forth. We've been using the heavyweight boxer analogy, and I think it's very appropriate for these guys. Haymaker after haymaker, BigBacks versus Luxury Exotics Gaming. I mean, I don't think this red card map will disappoint in the slightest.
No, but it could end out the series. Luxury Exotic, if they're able to win this red card hard point, they will take the series 3-1. BigBacks got to win 2 maps in a row if they want to take this series and avoid elimination here on this Saturday in beautiful Columbus, Ohio. And I got to tell you guys, I mean, I've been here at the venue all weekend. It is an absolutely beautiful arena. Just giving a quick shout out to Game Arena. Shibby, this is one of the coolest LAN centers I have ever seen. And obviously some great Call of Duty being played between both of these teams here. Any predictions before we head into this red card hardpoint?
Oh, you're putting me on. You're putting
me
me on the spot here.
Your first podcast. Come on, buddy. What do you got here?
We go Game 5, search and destroy, and BigBacks take it 3-2. That's what I think. As we get into this hard point right now, I'm expecting the BigBacks to rally back here right now as we get onto P1.
Hey, big rally out of the BigBacks here, but they're going to have to do it on red card hard point first. Already early shots coming in here from both of these teams, and Luxury Exotic will be able to pick up the first kill, but not going to make their way into the hill just yet. Going to work these kills and going to work them well. 4 up, 4 down, and Luxury Exotic already a hot start to this hard point.
That's not good for my prediction, but it doesn't matter, right? As we can tell, as we've seen from these other hard points, that this first kill, as Marco just gets a nice 3-piece, man, on the feed, frying right now.
Yeah, I mean, both of these teams going back and forth, and it was like you were saying right there. I mean, no lead is safe between either of these two teams, right? I mean, we've seen 80-point comebacks after 80-point comebacks, but I gotta tell you, Luxury Exotic, they look like they're shooting here early-wise. This is already gonna go ahead and pick up the quick 3-piece. They'll collect all of this scrap time, as well as hit those rotations onto new. Shibby, they are set up perfect here through the first couple of hills.
Yeah, and honestly, the parallels between Marco and Hype specifically, both of these guys have just been playing on point this whole series right now. It's who can carry harder, who can dominate the kill feed harder, has typically been the team winning.
I mean, you talk about dominating the kill feed, and that is exactly what Luxury Exotic are doing for the moment. 3 straight kills in the feed, and they will add the 4th as well. Not necessarily the dominating lead, though, that you'd like to see after getting that many kills, but that's just how mixy some of these maps can play here at BO6.
And right now, Luxury Exotic kind of just controlling these lanes, controlling the entrances to this hard point right now. They've got this shit on lockdown.
And Jeb, he's trying to find a way in, but he is just getting shut down. But now finally able to get in for a little bit of scrap time. But as soon as you're into these hills, they seemingly change. And that's going to be another 2 kills in the feed from Luxury Exotic. Recipe working around with the pistol and a couple of body shots just to let him know.
Doesn't matter the gun, doesn't matter the enemy. He's able to take him down with the quickness right now. Homicide picking up a kill on the side here. Let's see if Recipe can do some damage as we see him right now as we swap over Driz.
Driz, 7-3 to his name. Early hold here on this hill for Luxury Exotic. It is the BigBacks that are tasked with the rebreak right now, but slow from them as they are just really getting cut down at every single turn. It's 3 dead in the feed, but Jeb still kicking, still alive here for a couple of kills towards the backside. He's trying to, you know, kind of affiliate with these spawns. But for the moment, it is still Luxury Exotic that are just holding down every single angle.
Yeah, once these guys get into a point here, it just feels like you can't break this defense. Luxury Exotic, a different beast from map 1 hardpoint and map 3 hardpoint. These guys have just changed the pace of the game completely.
89-25 right now. Big lead for the guys in gold, but for the moment, BigBacks are still always dangerous, right? There is no lead that we've really seen insurmountable, but Luxury Exotic seems to be playing with a different kind of fire with them right now.
I mean, they are just frying BigBacks every single time. When they're first onto the point, they're last to leave. It doesn't seem like BigBacks really have any space or movement around as woo! Really good from LEG.
Yeah, I mean, lighten up the kill feed for both of these teams here. A little bit too back and forth to call, and for the moment, White Hill time, but BigBacks have it for the second. Driz just kind of playing with him right now, playing with that contestant, trying to find the wall bangs through. Reinforcements start to come as well, but BigBacks trying to do everything they can to make a hold, but it's just not enough. Luxury Exotic continue to find the kills.
I mean, it's so tough to break this, right? They're underneath. They're playing peekaboo cat and mouse game right now, but Luxury Exotics seem to be the cat in this situation.
Yeah, I mean, the cat definitely eating the mouse here in the end. It's no Tom and Jerry scenario right now. Luxury Exotic is absolutely frying. Another 4 dead team wipe in the feed. Quick rotate onto the new hill. And Luxury Exotic, you talk about playing perfect hardpoint. That is exactly what they are doing right now.
I mean, yeah, flawless to an extent right now. We see them, like you said, rotating. They're on point right now. BigBacks, it seems like they're facing a brand new team. I don't know who connected. The Luxury Exotics right now is not the one we've seen.
Not at all. And I mean, you go back to that map 1 ship, only 7 seconds differentiating both of these teams. If Luxury Exotic is able to find that, they would have swept this series 3-0.
Oh, yeah.
But Luxury Exotic right now, I mean, this is looking like the team that we have come to know.
LEG, just absolute control over this point right now. It feels so tough for BigBack to break this wall that is Wiser's as he's just lighting up the kill feed.
I mean, Marco is 21-8 right now. I mean, the kid is going on an absolute tear. You're going to need something out of your guys, Kugo and Hype, to really turn this thing around. But 4-15 out of Homicide, 5-14 out of Jeb. It's just not what you want to see. They haven't been hitting their rotations well. It seems like Luxury Exotic is just ahead of them at every facet of the game right now.
Yeah, I can't tell if it's map unfamiliarity or if they don't know where the angles are, but it seems like Luxury Exotics have been doing their due diligence. Every single time we see a challenge coming out from BigBacks, they immediately go down. It's a slick head peek from LEG here, and it just seems rough.
Oh, and the shots continuing to pour in. Luxury Exotic doing the dirty work right now, and there's just no opening you can find if you are the BigBacks right now. It seems like you're just spawn, die, spawn, die, spawn, die. Nothing that you can do. Luxury Exotics are starting to run away.
Yeah, unfortunately, the BigBacks are slowing down. A little too much food and not enough Mountain Dew here as Luxury Exotics Gaming absolutely cooking BigBacks on this hard point.
100-point lead for the boys in gold right now. A couple of kills, though, starting to come through for BigBacks, and now you make your way into this hill, potentially now finally able to get a hold.
Yeah, let's see if they can actually hold on to this. Luxury Exotics kind of on the other foot right now. They haven't really had to play offensively in a while because they've just been so dominant on each of these points. But it doesn't matter. The script is flipped, and right now Luxury Exotics is writing the narrative.
The break and play make ability out of the side of Luxury Exotic, continuing to find that gunny advantage time and time again. Their trade battles are perfect. Their holds have been flawless. This is the Luxury Exotic team that they were wanting to see. 181 to 75 in a potential closeout map.
Absolute transformation here. This is the Hulk Luxury Exotics Gaming that we're seeing right now. They are absolutely killing BigBacks. A big point lead, like you mentioned, 100 seconds to their name. They can play aggressive, they can play free, and it doesn't matter. BigBacks have a mountain to climb.
BigBacks has to play perfect CoD from here on out, and right now they have not even been able to show up in the kill feed. Weiser's already here at this new hill for the side of Luxury Exotic, and you can see, I mean, they are just playing with ease right now. It's like you talk about, I mean, this is easy peasy for Luxury Exotic. They can do really whatever they want on the map. It's a big hit from the side of BigBacks. Can they find their way in? A couple of kills go either which way, but it's Luxury Exotic that's seemingly coming out on top of this. For the moment, though, you still have Homicide here, able to find a couple of kills, and finally, BigBacks may have found their way into a hard point.
Yeah, Homicide coming in with a dominating kill feed right now. They're finally able to get some stability here, but 200 seconds, 200 points on the sides of LEG here, and you already see they're making quick work. Oh my lord, LEG!
Weiser's lighting it up right there, and Luxury Exotics continue to dominate here in map number 4. If they get this next 45 seconds, they take the series and move on here in the winner's bracket, sending BigBacks home. It's gonna have to be a generational comeback out of BigBacks.
No more mistakes, no more points to give. BigBacks, they've got to play flawless Call of Duty here, like you mentioned, and Luxury Exotics just will not allow that to happen as the seconds are ticking. 20 till the map win, 20 till the set win here right now.
Counting down the seconds, 3-for-1 trade in the feed from Luxury Exotics. Seemingly nothing you can do if they are BigBacks. Hellfire raining down from above. 5 more seconds to go. The last hit in might be dealt with. 2 seconds, not gonna get on it just quite yet. Luxury Exotic, now they're on. They may have it, but it's the kills that come through for BigBacks, and they hold on by the skin of their teeth.
There's no way BigBacks can do this, right? 2 seconds on the side of Luxury Exotics Gaming. There's no way it goes down to the wire. BigBacks, don't play with my heart like this.
Oh, Homicide, though, finding 2, but not the 3rd. And Luxury Exotic now only 1 second away, but to rotate on over, and the series win. 3 close maps in a row, but Luxury Exotic puts the stamp on map number 4, 250 to 107 in an absolute domination.
Barn burner of a series here, but Luxury Exotic, they took the training weights off. After the break, they decided, no, remove the wrist weights, take off the little extra things on their thumbs, and they're like, you know what? Finally, let's crack the knuckles. Let's play some Call of Duty here as they just take BigBacks absolutely to school here. Like you said, 250 to 107. We talked about the last 3 games, not really properly painting the picture of this set here. I mean, Luxury Exotics absolutely putting a stamp on this game 4.
No, I mean, you look at those first 3 games, 250 to 243, 6-4, 250 to 237. I mean, those are games that are coming right down to the wire every single time, and then all of a sudden, Luxury Exotic seeming like showing up to the series, 250 to 107. And you got to imagine, if they are playing like that going into a championship Sunday, that is not going to be a team that you want to run into in the loser's bracket.
Yeah, we talked about LEG, you know, kind of flipping the script here in this game 4 and writing their narrative. I mean, right now, if a team can do it like that, I mean, that's insane. That's insane here. They're just able to just boom, on the flip of a switch, just be like, I'm going to turn it on. I'm just going to start dominating here. Very, very beautiful. As we do get one of the players here coming in for an interview, Matt. I mean, that must be awesome, right? Just having somebody just absolutely fried them on map 4.
Yeah, I mean, this is great. In here with Marco. And we'll just go ahead and get it right underway. Marco, how you feeling, man, after a kind of mixy series? Hold on, I think we got your mic muted here. Let's see. Oh. Wait, are we good?
Yeah, I think so.
There it is. Marco.
Doing good, man. I mean, we asked them to run GAs, and they broke all the GAs, so, like, I had to pull out the reinforced barrel and just shit on them because it was just, I don't know what they're doing.
I mean, I was kind of wondering that. I mean, the first map, kind of 250, 243, comes right down to the wire. You guys seemingly started to get a little bit hot after every single game. But, I mean, last map of that series, you guys looked like a completely different team.
Oh, yeah. I told the boys to turn up because I'm not losing to kids that are breaking GAs, and that kid's been asking me to play and then just got fucking slammed, dude. Terrible, bro. Terrible.
So, I mean, kind of walk me through it, right? We're in the losers bracket. You guys are starting to make a little bit of a run here. What are we kind of the feels of the vibes going into the rest of the day and potentially Championship Sunday?
Good, bro. We're going to make Sunday, and then we're hopefully going to be at Alec in finals, so that's all I'm looking forward to.
Hey, once Arcity's on it, I mean, anybody else that you want to give a quick shout-out to from the side of Luxury Exotic? We know, the org kind of dipping their toes into esports for the first time. Kind of great to see you guys sending a team out here.
Yes, sir. My Ogorner, BO6, bro, gave us fucking free supply for the weekend. Guy's a goat, dude. Don't got to worry about nothing, dude. Dope guy.
I mean, anything else you want to say? Anybody else you want to call out? I mean, we kind of got the R-Cities call out already, but I mean, is there anybody else that you're kind of maybe looking forward to, maybe a little chomping at the bit to get to play?
Yeah, I think I played my Challengers teammates to qualify.
Oh,
Eternal in them, yeah. I think I played them to qualify, so I'm coming for them, yo.
Hey,
yeah.
We're excited to see you in the next game, brother, and absolute crazy scenes, brother.
Have a good day.
Yes, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, Marco there from the side of Luxury Exotic. I mean, Shibby, what a series here, man. I mean, obviously, it's like we said, those first 3 games, barn burners down to the wire, and then it's like you said, he just said it there. Hey, turn up, guys. Let's make it, let's play like how we're supposed to.
Yeah, I mean, not even making it close, right? We talked about flipping a switch. I wish I could just do that, right? Be like, all right, lock in, man. Turn up, and I just start frying kids left and right here. I mean, beautiful, beautiful play. You can see how confident he came off to as well. Like, off of that interview, he's just like, yeah, we're going to make Championship Sunday. We're going to beat him in the finals. Like, just absolutely dripping with the sauce here. Very, very well played from Luxury Exotic here, as well as the free supply. Shout out to them.
Yeah, and as well, shout out to BigBacks. Obviously, having to tip our cap to them, seeing them out of the tournament today, being losers bracket. Somebody's got to go home. So shout out to the BigBacks for coming out to Columbus this weekend. But ladies and gentlemen, that will close it up for me and Shibby. We'll go ahead and mention it one more time with the cast-off event. Rare opportunity for me and Shibby casters to get to kind of show what we like to do in a competitive aspect. Obviously, if you'd like to vote for us, right down there at the bottom, make sure you vote for me and Shibby. But ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be all from us here, at least for me and Shibby. We got one more casting duo coming up today. But ladies and gentlemen, I hope you guys have a wonderful night and be safe if you're going out there and see bus tonight.